For assignment 1.6, I chose Bach's Fugue in F major. This is example 2.5 of the text, melody, and counterpoint. And to begin the analysis, I want to look at the first part of the subject, which can be found in Pick Up into Measure 1 and throughout Measure 1. We see that the C is the subject of the fugue. And how we can determine that C is the subject of the fugue, we can see the upper neighbor in the D on the downbeat of Measure 1, and the lower neighbor in the B is embellishing this C. And we can figure out that these are decorative tones because these two neighboring notes embellish the C, which lets us know that it is the subject of the fugue. Then, looking past this, going on to Measure 2, we see that there is a subsequent leap from C to E. And E is the 7th scale degree of the key of F major. Now, when we look at this creates a considerable gap. And within music, we have to figure out how we're going to fill that gap. And the way that Bach fills this gap is he uses ascending stepwise motion to the B on the downbeat of Measure 3 that is known as gap fill pattern. Now, a gap fill pattern is stepwise motion through the interval traversed by the leap. And this closes that gap created right here by scale degree 7th, or from the C in Measure 2 going down to E. Then, when we also look at Measure 2 going into Measure 3, we have to look at E and B. Now, E and B create a diminished fifth. This diminished fifth between the notes creates tension within the fugue. Now, in order to resolve this, we look at Measure 4 and see where Bach placed A on the downbeat of 1 and F and release the tension with a major third. So we also see melodic fluency, which is stepwise motion to the cadence, and we see that right here where the cadence would be 1 because F is 1 of F major. Now, when we're also looking at this, we have to consider compound and polyphonic melody. And this piece represents polyphonic melody when we look at Measure 2 with the E, and we look at the B, and when we look at the A and the F. But here we have to notice the stems. So we see the stems are going up on the downbeat of Measure 3 and on the downbeat of Measure 4. Therefore, we notice that that is one of the two voices in polyphonic melody. So we have the B going to the A, there's a voice. And then we have stems going down, which is the E, going to the F. And so we have E to F. So we know that the E and the B has created that diminished fifth. But look, right here on Measure 4, that A and the F have created that major third through melodic fluency to the cadence that releases the tension. And we can see that in this voice, in the upper voice, which is B to A, which is the downbeat of Measure 3 to the downbeat of Measure 4. And we can also see that in E and F.